Okay, we're going to go ahead and start 1-4 worksheet 3, which now we're actually going to be solving these fractional and decimal equations. So number 2, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at where our fractions are. Our fractions are in the denominator, and there are no parentheses in them, so they're okay. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to find our LCD. Our LCD between 2 and 3, so that's 3, 6, 9. Does 2 go into 3? No. Does 2 go into 6? Yes. So my LCD is 6. So that means I'm going to multiply this entire thing by 6. So when I do that, I'm going to have a 3x over 2 times a 6. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and I drop down a 3x. Plus, next term, 6 divided by 3 is a 2, and then I drop down to 7x is equal to. The last term, I'm going to take 46 times 6, and that's going to give me 276. Now I need to solve this. 3 times 3 is 9x. 2 times 7 is going to be 14x, and that's equal to 276. 9 plus 14 is going to give you a 23. X is equal to 276. Divide both sides by 23. So 276 divided by 23 is actually 12. So we solved that entire thing to be able to get x is 12. And if you'd want to plug and chug the 12 back in for x, you will get 3 times 12 is 36 divided by 2 is 18. 7 times 12 is going to be 84. Divided by 3 is going to be 28. 28 and 18 gives you the 46. Number 5. Same procedure. Highlighting the denominators. The fractions are on the outside of the parentheses, so we're going to go ahead and find our LCD between those two numbers there. My LCD between 2 and 4 is 4, so I'm going to multiply each and every term by 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2, drop down the numerator. 4 divided by 4 is 1, drop down the numerator. This is not a fraction, so you multiply. 4 times 10 is 40. So we're going to solve this. 2 times 3 is 6x. Distribute the 1. 6x plus 1x is 7x. Add the 2. 7x is equal to 42. Divide by 7, and x is equal to 6. Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to highlight our fractions. I have a 3, a 2 on the inside of the parentheses, a 4, a 3 on the inside of the parentheses, and then a 3 on the outside. So before I do anything, I need to distribute and get the fractions out of the parentheses. So I'm going to have a 1/3 x minus, marry the tops, 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 2 is 6, marrying the bottoms. Go to the second one, 1/4 x, negative times negative is a positive, marry the tops, 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 3 is 12, is equal to 1/3. So now I have all of my fractions outside of the parentheses, and now I look for my highest number, which is 12. My highest number is 12, so I'm going to go ahead and say, does 3 go into 12? Yes. Does 6 go into 12? Yes. Does 4 go into 12? Yes. So 12 is my LCD. So I'm going to multiply every single term by 12. 12 divided by 3 is a 4, drop down the x. 12 divided by 6 is a 2. I don't need the 1. 12 divided by 4 is going to be a 3, drop down the x. 12 divided by 12 is a 1. I have to have the 1. Go across the equal sign. 12 divided by 3 is a 4. Combine like terms on each side. 4x minus 3x is x. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Add the 1. X is equal to 5. That problem was a lot easier than what you probably thought it would be. And a decimal problem, number 10. How we did this before is we counted the decimals. This is 2. This has 2. This has 1, which means I have to move each of them the highest number, which is 2. So 0.75 turns into 75x. 0.31 turns into 31. And 0.8 turns into negative 80x. You have to move this over twice and add the 0. Subtract the 75x. You have negative 31 is equal to negative 155x. Now, the biggest mistake the students have with this problem is going to be that you're dividing by a negative 155. First of all, the mistake most students make is a negative divided by negative is a positive. And the top is smaller, the bottom is heavier. So you are going to have a fraction, and that fraction is going to be 1/5. 5 times 31 is 155, so it's 1/5. And that is how you do worksheet 3.